towels, soaking it up, a giant man in flannel, wringing it out, environmentally unconscious, throwing the trash can, fuck the police, nothing like a paper towel.
All right, and I'm on. All right, sorry, I hit a little, whoosy whatsy there. Hey yo.
Oh man.
So what's up?
Hey, what color is your eyes?
I don't know, man. You tell me.
Mine,
got
are,
those
mine are gray with a shade of pink.
So this teacher is telling the kids, and this video is like, it's an old video, and we should definitely link it. Jesse sent it to me last night. I didn't watch it till right now. But the teacher's like, so what do we call, like, talking about like immigrants and shit and minorities. And I was like, what do we call these people? And they're just like dropping slurs, like nothing, like excited to. And then she runs a little experiment where she says, well, for one day, we're going to decide that the people that have the blue eyes, since she has blue eyes, she's like, since I have blue eyes, are better than the people with brown eyes. And then on the second day, we'll switch. And at first, the kids are like, no, that's stupid. Why would we do that? That doesn't make any sense. And the kids that had blue eyes were arguing with her. Mm-hmm. And she would actually argue with them. And then use, tactics that people use to prove their point. Just like, really, I mean...
Right, super anecdotal evidence, but funneling it to a child as correct information. They're like, fuck me. You seem way smarter than me.
She was like, Tim, you said your dad kicked you. He has brown eyes, doesn't he? He was like, he does. Like, little Billy, your dad doesn't kick you, does he? No, he has blue eyes, right? And he goes, yep. It's like shit like that. And then the blue-eyed kids would get 5 minutes more for recess. And by the end of recess, they were already physically fighting each other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, he got 6 carrot sticks and I got 5 carrot sticks. I'm about to fucking lose it right now. Exactly.
Oh. It was just funny. They're against it, 2 hours prior. And then you let it set in. Start building that complex. They're like, exactly.
Jesus, man.
That was fucking good. Whew.
How people don't look at that and then just instantly, like, have a feeling in the pit of their stomach, like, we're all animals. Every single one of us. Like, how don't they have that feeling? You're just like, oh no, we're all just little programmable machines that are subject to, what we're told and then how we analyze it. Holy shit. Yeah, it's scary shit, man.
Yeah.
And literally as I get older, it makes me think more and more whenever I see that asshole person, whenever I see somebody come in who's let's say woefully and consciously trying to fight against the system, and whatever I mean by that is like if they're saying where's Corona, or if they're like man, all lives matter, cops are out there dying too, like no matter if they're whatever they're trying to push against, I just look at them and go, they probably have a miserable life now, or they had a really miserable childhood. They're still trying to fight that shit out.
That trauma they don't even know that they have. They're just this is me, this is how everyone should be.
This is what I like, this is what I hate.
Yeah, exactly. Makes you think of Mac. I'm just a simple guy, I like drinking beer. You're like, wow.
Where's our Bible? Where's our Bible?
The bar Bible.
What do you mean? We don't have a Bible.
I wish I had 2 cord plugs right now.
This doesn't work.
Nothing.
Fucking Mac, man. Yeah,
I wonder if that show could, like, air now.
Okay, well, this is the thing, is that their next season's coming out, and their next season they're gonna be pushing all the buttons, dude.
Oh, yeah,
you know
that's
it's Sunny,
true.
man.
That's
They're gonna
true.
be hitting Corona hard.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how they're gonna hit it, because only Sunny will be able to be like hitting it where it's gonna be cringy,
Yeah.
but every cringe that should be.
Yeah. Because I feel like people that don't watch the show, like, hate it. So they're the people that do love it.
Yeah.
So you have the, like, what, you know, you really don't hold the show to a high, like, political standard. It is comedy.
Yeah, it's 100%
You know?
comedy. And that's
That-
where, like,
and-
someone like my mom, really, she loves comedy, but she's an emotional person more than she loves comedy. So in that situation, like, Louis C.K. comes on. I remember playing the Louis C.K. special Hilarious, and he dropped the word cunt. And my mom and my sister both uniformly looked at me instantly. Oh, yeah. Yep. The camera.
I didn't say it.
Yeah, I was like, it wasn't me.
Camera on the TV turned towards you.
I was on the TV for a second. But yeah, things like that just turn their brain off instantly, because it's just like a word for them triggers it. But in the same respect, when it comes to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, like, they look at the narcissists that they've enabled in their life, and they're like, oh, how could you laugh at this? Because it hits, like, it hits real notes within them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that's the same reason why I don't like fucking drama. And then, like, there's very few TV dramas that I like for that same reason, because I look at that and I'm like, ugh. Like, if I want drama, I want something that's not relatable. I want something that I can't just
That makes
turn on the
sense.
fucking TV and see as a real situation, like on fucking Oprah or something. No, why would I want that? Why do I want to watch NCIS? Like, okay, I can turn on the actual news and see real traumatic shit. Like, I want to see a situation where everyone's in peril about who pooped the bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That to
absolutely.
me, 100% always more interesting, because if I want to dive into reality, damn, there's more interesting realities to dive into than, like, did Joey sleep with fucking Tamira? Because, oh no, then fucking Kelly's gonna be really upset. Bitch,
Right.
come on.
Nope.
That ain't my
Nope.
alley.
Not at all.
But okay, that's also why last night, dude, I realized why I don't like for the most part the fucking Jamaican Rasta music. In my brain, I realized that to me it hits all the same notes as country music.
Ooh.
It's
Ooh.
like, instead of talking
That
about
tastes bad.
instead
Ooh.
of talking about beer and God, they're talking about weed and God. And
shit.
it's
I've never even thought of this before.
Yeah, I realized, I was like, why the fuck don't I like Rasta music? And I was like, oh my gosh, it's, to me, I process it the same as country music. It's like, to me, it hits one note, and I'm like, oh no, that's what it is.
Yep. Yeah, the only things that get me with it, the only thing that gets me with it is the steel drums. I love steel drums.
Okay, I know.
Yeah, that's just that.
I'm a xylophone steel
I love
drum
'em.
lover. I know. The music itself,
Yeah.
I'd rather listen to instrumental music. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, some of that Caribbean trip hop, bro. Under the bridge shit.
Wow and Lao Wow.
Wow and
I knew he
Lao
couldn't
Wow.
say it.
Cracking fucking what is it called? Crabs. It's crab cracking music.
That boiled denim. Man. But yeah, did you I'm like dying.
True. I'm drinking coffee.
Pollen's just blanketing everything.
Oh, you could
Every
say
single
that
day I
again.
go out and I have to turn my windshield wipers on. See out the windshield.
Yeah, that's.
Fuck.
I feel like there's not as much yellow pollen here, but it's
Yeah.
in the air, and it's it here in what's it called? Here in Oregon, there's such a high group of like horticultural enthusiasts that there's like every single fucking type of plant here. So where I feel like in that area, you get a lot of like that yellow pollen literally everywhere on the streets, fucking just covering your car like you said. Where here it's not as much as that. You don't physically see it, but everybody's congested all the time. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, "Oh man, your throat been really itchy lately." I'm like, "Yep, that's called pollen."
The pollen just clogging you,
Getting all up in your pipes.
and you just said Oregon, and I keep saying Oregon even every time I say it, and I know it's not it. Somebody corrected me yesterday.
I gotta start saying it like that again,
like-
because when I moved here, I was saying it on purpose, but then I just got out of the habit unintentionally, just because.
Yeah, Oregon. I mean, it makes more sense. It flows easier.
Right.
But Oregon is fun to say.
It is. You out there riding on that Oregon Trail? Splitting it up in so many different fucking bits.
So, did you? I mean, I don't know. Well, I don't know how much you use Facebook, but did you hear about like the Sanborn video?
Okay.
I was.
Okay. So I went on Facebook literally once just to post a post where I fucked up the math either way, but hey, that's me. I provided the information. If I provided the links that I messed a couple decimal points up, but ready. I'm just gonna break this down before we break into that.
Okay.
In 2019, there was 399 white people killed by the police.
399 white people killed by the police. Bobby Newport.
Bobby Newport.
Sorry, I won't do that.
In 2019, there was 350 black people killed by the police. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You look at those direct numbers. You're like, okay, they're literally killing more white people than black people.
Yeah.
Shit. But it was a really bad time.
Bobby Newport.
Bobby Newport. But essentially, when you look at the population densities, you have 75% of the total population white people, 13.5 total population black people. So when you break those numbers down, it's about 3.5 times more black people by total population, or if you want to say per 1,000, than white people. So if you broke it down, there's fucking 3.5 black people killed for every one white person. Just off of population density statistics, which is like, I understand if you just looked at the first number and you don't, and you never met any black people. Or if you just looked at the number and you never knew any white people.
Yeah.
Because then you wouldn't really understand the dynamics of America. But if you just go online and you go to the official census.gov website, you can see all the information of the statistics of what they poll of the demographics of America. So, yeah. Let's hear it, dude. I went on Facebook to drop some of that shit just so that, I wasn't on to do that kind of blackout shit. I didn't post any of that stuff, but I just wanted to at least throw down some facts, because then, hey, my math, I think I carried some decimal points wrong. It did some fucking fucked up math when I came to what I was writing.
Fucking
but
yell at you. They start fucking social justicing you.
Maybe.
Like, blah, blah, blah. You're like, yeah, I just hit the wrong number.
No, to be honest, there might have been somebody on there, but the one person that I saw that did post about it, they weren't disagreeing with the information. They were just like, hey, I think some of those numbers are wrong. But, they agreed with what I had just said right now. Cause
in the proportion to white versus black, it's clearly skewed. When
the
you
number that I
into
messed
the
up was
numbers.
like the amount of the population, because I did the math of the amount of people killed and then the total population, and then I did that percentage, and that percentage I did was messed up. But That's why I was like, okay, well, here are the numbers. Here are the numbers,
Yeah.
and all you smart people, can do the math.
You do the math.
Okay, let's hear it.
So this is probably way less thought out.
Mine was so unthought out, I couldn't even do the math correctly.
Listen to this. So I haven't watched the video because I don't really know what the angle was, but
Yeah.
there's clearly some outrage, and I think maybe it was the wrong idea. And I've been told this is like a thing now. But I guess some students from Sanborn did a Floyd reenactment. And I didn't watch the video, but it was on the news. It was on the fucking news. And yeah.
Oh, jeez.
It makes me feel like such a piece of shit. You know? This is where I live, and you have fucking people like that.
Well, dude, okay. New Hampshire, I've told so many fucking people about New Hampshire, and I've broken it down as this dynamic for when they don't understand racist people. And I go, dude, check this. I grew up in New Hampshire, where most people that I grew up with, they didn't know any black people. And everybody around them, the poorest, most disadvantaged people they knew were white. The people they saw that possibly could have got picked on by the police or picked on by anybody that had any power was going to be a white person. Yeah. So when they see the thing about the news and that there's more black people than white people that get shot, and proportionally they compare it against what they perceive to be their own reality and not actually do the homework on what the true reality is.
Right.
That they're so damn skewed. But
yeah.
What you gonna do, man? You know, you just gotta keep telling people, because it's the same thing about that lady who asked me if I knew anybody that died of corona. It's not about that when we have billions of people and I have tens of friends.
Yeah.
Talk about messing up a decimal point. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If you literally know anything about statistics, if you've ever even heard the term of like the chances of you getting struck by lightning, you know, if you have any idea of the basic concept of like the odds of anything, then you should just go, okay, well, let me think of what the group numbering of those bases are to kind of have an understanding of what the statistic are. Because, well, there might be 100 black people and there might be 100 white people, and then it would be a 50-50. You know? Yeah. There may be like... there may be... I don't know how to compare it against the virus, I guess. This guy might talk to 100 million people, and there's, you know, all these other people in America. I don't know how you would rationalize it. What would be an example, I guess?
Well,
how could somebody
I don't even
rationalize
know
that in their brain?
if it would work, but this is just... So I was watching the Patriot Act, because it's on again. Have you seen that? With Hassan Minhaj?
I've seen it in passing, like on YouTube. I'm aware of it.
And it's a really cool show. He's a funny dude. And I love his presentation of the statistics. Yeah. But his last episode was about COVID-19, and you know, he just tells you numbers that, I mean, we know because they tell us these numbers, but it's the way that he presents it, like, makes you really think about it. Right. So the U.S., the United States of America, is 4.25. I'm looking this up right now. 4.25 of the world population, and we have over 30% of the COVID-19 cases. Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's...
Yo, what the fuck?
No, dude. All pandemics matter. All pandemics matter, dude. Okay? I don't want to hear those numbers. All pandemics matter, okay? There's pandemics out there killing all types of people, man. Okay? What about other pandemics we don't even know? Okay? Those are killing people too, okay? Fucking people, man. Yeah, that literally it's context. It's crazy how literally when you take in that information, you go, we have this much of the world population, but this much of the fucking problem.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
let's start looking at the root of that issue, you know. And then when you look at the
Man.
fucking how here we have so many people willing to just go, no, dude, that's some kind of Chinese hoax because we have a goddamn president that literally calls things Chinese hoax, you know?
Right. It's absolutely madness. I mean, and that that episode in particular really lays down how pretty much how our government missed the ball with taking care of it.
Yeah. You know
I think
what
it was
love?
like, what's that? Cake farts.
Yes. Besides the point. Irrelevant.
It's the caffeine. That's what that is right there.
What I God damn it, I lost my train of thought on that one. I'm just hearing it, dude. just seeing frosting ripple.
Iconic. That was iconic.
Oh gosh. My brain just went full.
My bad. I don't even remember what we were talking about. COVID-19, dropping the ball.
Yes.
Is
Okay.
she
So
on?
what I like is how everybody goes like, how could we have prepared for this? How could we ever have thought something like this could have been coming down the line? How could we ever? We're humans. Viruses come and go. New things mutate. How could we do this? How could we understand the future when we don't even understand half time the past? So with Donald Trump being the president, he handled this better than any president ever could have. Because in these trying times when things are always changing, you got the ever-present force of the Chinese coming at us with their cheap 99-cent toilet paper. How could we predict these things? I hate that shit because literally that's coming from somebody that either has no idea of the past, literally they didn't go to high school to learn about the fucking bubonic plague and the Black Plague, apparently.
Yeah.
Or they care so much about their side of history that they're actually doing straight up no hold bars revisionary fucking history. You know, they're just straight up trying to change the perception of people's understanding of the past. It's either one of the two.
And it's dangerous because not everybody knows the difference. You know, people that just like spout nonsense and it's not even nonsense. It's just like you said, for pretty much like their understanding and then their remembering of the events because of how they choose to remember it.
Yeah.
And then they just have these really well thought out sounding, well, maybe not to someone, ideas, and then people just take it and they roll with it. Mm-hmm. And then you have those ideas that just flow out and it spreads. And it's not good.
And I feel like
nobody ever checks anything.
No. There's a lot of people, sadly, like the Alex Joneses and the Tucker Carlsons, who say a lot of truthful things. They say a lot of things that on the left side are true. Hey, the government is creating war. Hey, the government is using leverage against other countries to essentially get in there and to have a foot in the door, because then if they find some oil, well, they're already halfway there. There's realities to that because of history. Yeah. But the problem is they say that shit, then they also say that the water's turning the frogs gay. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh? The one world government and the fact that these transsexuals are trying to be perceived as humans. Bitch, what are you even saying? They say things that are true, but then they just go off the board and they just start going off on their own emotional tangents of what they either want to be true or what they feel to be true. Sorry.
That's all good. That's all good. Yeah. Damn.
It's rough, man. And I think that's sadly why people like Trump win when it comes to saying that the news is dishonest and all of that, is because he's able to come at them and go, hey, people like them said some true things. But guess what? The people that you think say true things all the time also say things that aren't true. And as much as he yells it, he's a little bit true because mainly they don't lie, but they talk from a bias and they say things from a skewed perspective to do the same exact thing that people like Alex Jones or Tucker Carlson are also doing. You know, they talk from a bias.
Of truth to hang on to.
Yeah, they talk from bias without acknowledging the bias. Which if you don't like something and you're financially gaining from the opposite of it, then you have to be aware of that. And you have to literally say it with your mouth. You need to say it, because if you don't say it, then people are going to think you're a fucking liar, you know? And then there's so many people that are on the good side and they just won't say it because they're like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not biased.
Yeah, but
I'm a good person.
But I also make money off of supporting this side.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I've also known people that are, let's say, lefties and are social justice warriors in a sense, but then also go, well, I work for the man, and then when I get called out, I go, well, I'm making money, man. I'm making money. Okay. If you're working...
People gotta eat.
People gotta eat. Exactly. If you work for a company that literally makes intercontinental ballistic missiles that murder people, well...
Which I think I am right now. I don't know. Hey, people gotta eat.
People gotta eat. Yeah.
Well, on that note...
I'm just doing math equations, man. I'm just doing math equations. I don't know nothing about no missiles, man. I'm just in there blasting on my calculator.
Which is crazy because it's true. Like, these people don't even know what they're working on. That's crazy. It's crazy.
Dude, man, I've been sweating on this equation for weeks. Yeah, but guess how many people it's gonna kill?
Right.
You've been staying up because you're worried about getting this done. Imagine how long you're gonna stay up when you realize how many people it kills.
Exactly.
You're not gonna be able to sleep for different reasons. Thinking about how many deadlines you just ended.
It's be a lot of rebuilding contracts.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna be so swamped. We got whole countries to rebuild. Oh.
I know. We don't even rebuild our own.
Ew.
Hey.
That reminds me of that guy that came into the weed shop and he's like, I don't want to pay any taxes. And I was like, oh man, right. It all came down to this. He said, I don't have to pay taxes on this, right? I was like, oh no, the taxes they're all built in. This was after he paid. And then I was like, oh no, the tax is already built in. He's like, what? I was like, I didn't know I'm paying taxes. I don't want to pay any taxes. I said, oh yeah, you did every time, man. Thank you. You just paid taxes to help pave that road a little bit, man. I appreciate you. And he's like,
right.
He's like, I don't want to pay any taxes. That's what his response was. I'm pretty sure I might have even said this on the last podcast.
I don't know.
But my response to him was just literally this. I said, hey man, I want them roads to be paved. I want the police to get paid. I want the police, the fire department there. I want to be able to drive to see my mom and all that shit. I want to be able to get electricity to my house. And he goes, I want all those things too, but I don't want to pay taxes. And he walked out the door.
What do you want to pay then? What do you expect?
What goddamn utopia do you want to live in?
A utopia where you doesn't have to pay taxes.
I get everything free, but I don't have to pay anything.
And the infrastructure just like supplies itself.
Right,
And,
it's like a goddamn...
nobody You don't put any money into it though.
No.
Yeah,
That's expensive.
People that are night paving don't need pay.
I don't see them. Gosh, that kind of shit drives me wild. Just people that have definitive statements about how they want to live their life, but they've clearly never looked it up.
Yeah,
They've never.
I mean, it would be cool. It would be cool if I could fly. Also,
dude, I really want to fly.
Yeah, just
I really want to not have to require
shoot
oxygen.
into the sky.
My anxiety
Exactly.
squeezes my chest every single day so much. It's always so tight, and it's such a struggle to breathe. I just don't want to breathe anymore, man. Come on, this is bullshit. I want to get the oxygen, but not have to breathe because that's
Right.
tough. That is hard for me.
Exactly. That. I mean, that you responded well, but yeah. you had a good response to that. 'Cause
To
that guy was
anybody
just,
that's like
fishing.
that, I turn it right to the police. I turn it right to the police.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
try to always do it like that because almost
Yeah.
everybody who is anti-taxes respects the police, even if they don't like the police.
Yeah.
They still understand the fundamental ideas behind it, that even if we live in a world right now where the policing system is maybe not corrupt, but fundamentally doesn't have the proper education within it to let's say weed out people that are not fit for the
Right.
job or not
Right.
trained enough yet. But
Yep.
ultimately they understand that their intention is to serve and protect the people. So that's why
Yeah.
I try to point it to that, because, you know, I may not agree with the police and I may
Yeah.
yell fuck the police, but that's because of their current actions, not because of
Right,
the
right.
intent of the establishment.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to pay taxes. I want there to be police, but I don't want
Right.
any police that are above people. If I see the police doing
Right.
something that is illegal, then they should be held to the same standard. But what is illegal should obviously
Right.
be up for debate. There shouldn't just be some kind of, we are the police, we make the rules. We are the government, we make the do-all, end-all rules. No, bitch. We
Yeah,
got fucking
right,
elections. So
right.
why can't we vote on every election
Exactly.
about everything? And if
exactly.
you're confident in your people, then that's what you should be able to do. If you're not
Yeah.
confident in your people, then you should probably work on them.
Right.
Come on.
Which clearly needs to happen.
God damn it, dude. So badly. Here in Oregon, dude, we're lowest out of all the fucking states, dude. We're in the bottom 10. Bottom 10 for public
Really?
education, you know? So New
Damn.
Hampshire is in the top 10. Goddamn. New Hampshire's in the top 10. Oregon's in the bottom 10.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy to think about because you don't. I wouldn't picture either one of those things. Either one of those things.
Yep. So literally
high
where
as they
I
are.
saw somebody with a tattoo of a tree with a noose hanging on it meant for black people. When I saw that, I was in New Hampshire. Somewhere where
Holy
they're in the
shit.
top 10 education in the whole entire country.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
but also where the KKK started here in Oregon is in the bottom 10. So, you know, there's ignorance spread all the way across this country.
Exactly. Exactly. Literally.
Oh yeah.
Coast to coast.
Like smooth peanut butter, just easily spreading, bro. God damn, don't even need to mix it. It ain't organic. It's already got those oils just whipped right in, bro.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
We getting into it?
What's that?
Are we getting into
That-
it?
Getting into what? Get.
So, we've
All right.
basically been digging. We've been digging around the whole time, you know. But
All right.
it's really, really, really tough to talk about the rioting situation because it's so.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's
There's
get that
such a
shovel.
dynamic history of situations where violence has worked, sadly.
Yeah.
But because of the high tension and the motion and context bringing bringing that situation to fruition. There's also situations of how violence breeds violence, and we're seeing that right now.
Right.
How we're expecting the
Yeah.
police to get better, but
Right.
sadly, when there's rebellious people out there who aren't for the cause and just want to purely cause chaos, they are inciting the police to act even more in fear.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you know, as I've seen online, my understanding is as much as the destruction isn't welcome, as much as violence is against the cause, the side effect of this is sadly, you know, it is what it is because of what has brought this situation. The fact that we have such 3.5 times more likely to get fucking killed by the police if you're black, even though the population is so much less.
Yeah.
Less than 3 times. That you just, man, it has brought it to a place where, as much as I hate the destruction, and as much as I would rather it be in front of a police station at every situation, you know, you gotta support people that are out there peacefully protesting. Always say, hey, violence isn't the answer. That's what we're trying to prevent. But go, hey, man, it's shitty consequences for a shittier situation, you know?
Right.
Dude, here we have Starbucks got smashed up. Here we have Jimmy John's, the sub shop. Here we have
people stealing espresso machines out of the Starbucks.
Yeah.
That's like...
They brought the benches of the Five Guy burgers and fries out into the middle of the street and they burnt it. I have never, ever seen a police outfit that has a Five Guys burgers and fries sponsored logo on it. So, like, I understand the emotion, but if you're going to be dragging things into the street and burning them, I would assume that it wouldn't be from a third party. You know, it would make the context of it and the repercussions of it less intense, you know?
Yeah.
Where if you go, the only things that are getting smashed up are the goddamn police, it sets a very strong message. But sadly, if you look at like the civil rights movement, which is essentially, this is an extension of it, continuously fighting the same cause, essentially, you know, the riots ensued because the lack of attention, and that brought attention to it. So, I mean, I logged into Call of Duty, and on Call of Duty it said Black Lives Matter. You know,
every single game. For every single game, and on the home screen.
I jumped onto Amazon to check how something was shipping. Right there on the main page, Black Lives Matter, and although these big companies might not be sending money to the people that need it, they might not be helping the people that need it, they might just be saying the message to cover their butts. At least it's a step one. At least it continues that message, and it portrays the correct information how it should be. The fact that black people unproportionately get murdered by the police, and that violence is inappropriate and not acceptable, and we think that everybody deserves the right to be put into custody safely and learn from a possible mistake without having their life at cost. Because guess what? I've never been arrested, but when I do, I really fucking don't want to die because I ran a red light. I really, really don't want to die because a piece of trash accidentally floated out my window. I really don't want to die because I was smoking a blunt on the fucking road and I shouldn't have been. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But I don't have that much to worry about because I'm goddamn white. And statistically, I'm not likely to die in police hands. But the fact that anybody that looks different than me isn't going to be in this situation scares me because that's not the world I want to live in. Imagine if I had a child and that child was black.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I don't need to directly worry about that right now, then I would directly 100%. So and even if that will never happen, how can I afford not to think like that when this is the world that I'm going to grow up in and I'm going to see every other person grow up in, you know?
Right.
I guess I just
'cause
never
it's
understood
not-
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people don't understand that because they're not. It's like that thing where if it's not affecting them directly, it's not in their world, so they don't have to worry about it.
True.
I feel like that's like like not to go back to COVID, but that and obviously racism, and then assigning to a side for reasons that they don't even understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you know what? That is one reflective thing that I did with myself that it really pokes into that department is the fact that I saw things in my life where people were mad at me and I went, I thought I did everything right. What did I do wrong? And then I saw that it was just how I said stuff. It was just like the way that I said it, even though my intentions were good. But I guess trying to be self-reflective in that and then trying to go, God damn it, idiot. Why did you say it like that? Try to be better. Better. It forces you into being, to look at somebody else's perspective on what you are doing. And even if I ain't trying to fucking change myself for nobody, I'm changing myself for myself.
Right.
I ain't worried about my words to offend you. I don't want to offend you if I don't want to offend you.
Right.
You know? And if you're fucking dumb, I might not just want to offend you because I don't want to goddamn explain anything to you. And I think you're a fucking simpleton that I literally can't explain to. And that's most people. Most people are like, oh, this dumb motherfucker. I was just bickering with him all day. Why?
Why?
What could I
Why were you
have
doing
done
that?
to change that?
Did you gain anything from that? Did they gain anything from that?
Exactly.
Or are both of you just upset now?
And
What was the gain?
And sadly, I see so many people that are still brewing on that, you know. And I still brew on it. It's not. Whenever I say anything, I'm not like I've solved it. I'm not. I figured it out. This is the way you deal with it. No, it's just, you know, I've realized a problem and I'm slowly trying to not do that mistake as much as I used to, you know.
Yeah.
But
that's
still,
how
even
progress is.
I've had to have been told, Jameson, don't worry about things you can't change. I was told that in 2017, only a few years ago, and that was far after I started having those self-reflective, what did I do that I didn't do thoughts. Even after years and years of all that, I was told, Jameson, don't worry about things you can't change. And I had to literally like slow down and think about that because it's the same thing, but on deeper scale where, well, I have to worry about things I can change.
Right. You have to figure out what the difference is.
Exactly. Because I can never get myself to not worry about things that I can change.
Yeah. Right.
That's my goddamn idiot brain that will always be like, you know, 2:00 in the morning, my eyes will wake up. I'm like, Jameson, did you think about that? Fucking stop, shut the fuck up. But at least if I can rationalize things that I can't change, it helps, you know. But man, goddamn Black Lives Matter, man. Black Lives Matter because they're the people getting slaughtered the most.
Yeah, exactly.
Oof.
I feel like you just said it all.
Yeah, true. I've been thinking about it a lot, man. I've been seeing a lot of people bitch online, you know?
Yeah. I just know that the where I was working, they were supposed to have a... Well, they're doing the protests, which is awesome.
And I can't understate this enough. It's scary as fuck. All the riots are so scary. I'm terrified. They were happening in this area. They smashed up the streets. I was fucking terrified. So I understand and I understand all the emotions behind it. It's terrifying.
Yeah. Because granted, maybe it wasn't broadcasted here, but I know there's a difference in what's going on pretty much
Yeah.
from state to state, where I was told, like in Seattle, the cops are just beating the shit out of people. Everyone. Literally everyone. Where here, we had the protests, and then they were trying to organize a group of potentially out-of-state rioters to come
Yeah.
and just like fuck up everything. And then the person that was trying to organize that was arrested, and I guess it wasn't as destructive. Like there were some people like throwing
Right.
rocks and shit, but you know, I think it's just such a huge contrast.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on the news, like you'd see like I think it was Tuesday night or Tuesday afternoon. It showed businesses just in the area, just like boarding up their windows, like getting ready for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing super explosive. It seemed
Yeah.
over here, at least yet.
Well, the dynamics of Oregon are definitely different, as well as the dynamics of Washington.
Yeah.
There's lots of rural areas that are highly
Mm-hmm.
unpopulated, where in New Hampshire, they have those as well, but to scale, the state is about a tenth of the size.
It's tiny. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tiny in comparison.
So you don't have all that middle ground.
Yeah.
Historically, and even currently, the state of Washington has more registered white power hate groups than any other state in the whole entire country.
Wow.
So, with
That's
that
fucking
being
crazy.
said,
What?
yeah, they have the most
That's-
registered through the, what is it, the ALCU. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's the group that registers, and identifies local hate and terrorist groups within America. I think it is. Washington State has the most white hate groups registered. So, I mean, it makes sense, to be honest, for their police to be pretty damn violent.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
the demographics in the state are white, Native American, Asian, other. That would be the demographics, with the majority being white. And then
Yeah.
all of them being heavy minorities. So it's very strange, man. Even here,
That's
you
weird.
got like,
That's weird.
I live in the third most populated area in the whole entire state.
Yeah.
It's super. There's not a lot of big populated areas, so everywhere in between is a little like country bumpkin. 100 people per town, weird little situations, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
on top of all of that, down here in Eugene, it did get wild, man. I saw a bunch of people smashing up shit online. I saw a bunch of videos. I saw news that I watch that's national that was posting videos from here in Eugene.
Yeah.
Not only of people, this is the dynamics that I saw. I saw a video of a whole bunch of white people smashing up the Jimmy John's and the Starbucks with fucking skateboards and
Yeah.
cement bricks and shit. And then I saw a black girl on a megaphone yelling at them to all fucking stop, that George Floyd would not support that this was against the cause.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
The one black person
Yeah.
in the fucking
If you wanna-
video was yelling at everybody.
right. She's just like, this is not supporting us.
Yep.
This is not helping.
Exactly. Coupled with that, I saw some videos of the police just straight up walking down a fucking alley downtown, just
Yeah.
fucking pushing people down.
Yeah, like it's not fucking Call of Duty. Like it's
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Jesus, man. Use your words. Use your fucking words.
Right.
But-
Right.
There's violence on both ends, and we've already talked about how that is. But, god damn it,
Yeah.
if you're a police officer in 2020 and you don't understand the dynamics, that you need to use your words and you need to do everything in all of your power to not at all use any force, then you really don't understand the dynamics of America right now. You really don't.
Yeah.
If that isn't just basic to you at this point.
Right.
If you're on the goddamn police force and you're in this dynamics and you can't just slow down to go, hey, if this isn't a problem in my community, it's still a problem on the overall scale.
Right. Right.
To the point where you have other
Right.
countries in the fucking streets protesting. You
Yep.
have countries over in Europe
Right.
that are in their streets
New Zealand.
protesting American police violence.
Right. The fucking New Zealand. Yeah, I think of those New Zealanders.
Yeah. And the fucking Amsterdam, dude. All of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
People are
It's
wilding
like-
out, dude.
Yo, it's an issue. Like, what is, like, it's a real issue.
Yeah.
These people aren't protesting for nothing.
Yeah, dude.
It's getting the attention of everyone.
Yep.
They're like, what the fuck is going on?
It's rough times, but
Yeah.
it's luckily what I have seen, what I really liked was two people in particular who I was not expecting to say that the killing was very clearly wrong. Rush Limbaugh from Florida. He's the radio personality. He's an absolute
Yeah.
scathing cunt. Fucking hate him. This is Rush Limbaugh. I'm a scathing cunt who loves Trump. I just got cancer and I'm still a cunt.
And that shit shouldn't have happened.
And literally, it was my day off and I was with Lacey in the car. And I turned on the radio and Rush Limbaugh was on, and I'm like, okay. I like listening to things I don't like because it gets me heated, you know? Because then
Yeah.
I try to analyze legitimately what they're saying. But I turned it
Yeah.
on and he goes, what happened to George Floyd was a murder. It should never have happened. I was like, Lacey, you hearing this? She's like, yeah. I was like, you don't understand. What he's saying is correct.
Right.
She's like,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, no. But this guy. And then it kept
Right.
talking, it kept talking. Eventually he brought up the Jews. I was like, okay, here we go. The corporatists and the globalists and the Jews. And I was like, okay, here we are. Here it is.
That's fucking awesome.
And Ben Shapiro as well. I'll give him credit. I don't like the. I'm not a big fan of Ben Shapiro. He talks a little bit too fast. It feels like he's a little bit too much on adrenaline. I don't know. See, I like Adderall, but the thing about the Adderall is that if you take a little bit too much, maybe your voice goes a little bit too fast. And I know that I'm a high-strung person that's going off, but the problem is with Ben Shapiro is that if you talk a little bit too fast, people won't really take you seriously. So
I
Even-
actually like listening to him. Like, it's funny. I don't know often, but I enjoy Ben Shapiro.
Let me try it again. Okay, so the thing about George Floyd is that every American has a right to life. So even though I really hate black people and I would never, ever hang out with a gay person because I really think that is against the way of Christ, I don't think that this murder should have happened. But black people are still wrong.
that's as best as I could do.
That's awesome. That is fucking awesome.
Both of them?
Yeah, you're pretty on point.
You know how hard it was to not stumble over my words?
That was impressive. You let that shit fly. That was good. That was fucking good.
Both of those guys, they're right now. They both said what they should have said, and I hope that it's coming from the right point. You know, I hope it's coming
Yeah,
from
absolutely.
them looking at the video and going, God damn it.
What the fuck?
Exactly. And them just seeing, like, what if that was my father? You know, what if that was my
Yeah.
brother? You
Yeah.
know? I really hope it comes
Yeah.
from a good spot because, man, I hate seeing people not learn. And I really, really liked hearing both of them be
Yeah.
conscious, it seemed.
Yeah. Right. Not sticking to the,
yeah.
when people just can't make up their minds to themselves. They just like, these are the rules I live by. And
Yeah.
that's how everything that I experience fits into that template, you know?
One of the things I want to talk about is that I feel like a lot of the right and a lot of the left and just literally humans in general don't realize that you might not be born with a social or mental disability. But that doesn't mean that you haven't.
But
That doesn't mean you haven't developed one throughout your childhood,
yeah,
your teenage years,
Yeah.
and your adult life.
yeah, yeah, yep.
Because
Right.
I know that in so many situations it comes down to factors. So you may not be 100% in any different disorder category. You may not be hitting every single note, but you may be susceptible to it. So in
Yeah.
the same regard, we'll use it as like depression. So depression
Yeah.
may run in your family, but how you live your life is also going to feed into depression.
Yeah, of course.
ADD might be in my family, but how I live my life will feed into ADD.
Right.
I may have social
100%.
anxiety, but how I live my life will affect if I have more or less social anxiety.
Right.
So I don't think enough people really think about the situations of what you're facing, your feelings that you're having, and if you're not only in control of them, which you may not be, and that will be okay, but if you can be in control of them. And that's the difference.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
chemically unable to be in the situation where you can do something? Or are you mentally in a situation where you can't do something? You know?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a struggle that a lot of people have where they might not even realize that they're having it. Like,
Right.
I subconsciously always thought that I was socially challenged.
Yeah.
Retarded. I gotta say it. I didn't want to say it, but I gotta say it.
You hit him with that hard R from Louis C.K.
Exactly. I had to hit a Louis.
Fair. That's good. That's good shit.
But
Liven it up a little bit, you know?
Yeah,
Loosen up.
because when I was a kid, I literally, like, I consciously thought that I had problems, and I thought that that I had some mental disorders, and I just never told anybody.
Yeah.
But I wonder how many people subconsciously think that they have problems, but they've never consciously thought about the thought. They just go, this is how I act. This is what I do. This is how I am.
Yeah. Right.
I don't like
right.
this. I do this. I can't stand that. But instead, they need to
Yeah.
kind of go, hey, I might be feeding into social issues that I have, and I need to, instead of thinking of this is who I am, think of who I want to be, you know?
Right. Yeah, what can I do to change the things I don't like?
Exactly.
Again, it comes back to things you can change.
It's like when you look at somebody that has severe physical disabilities, that person doesn't look at themselves as, well, this is what I can and can't do. They look at themselves as, hey, how can I overcome my unique situation that I'm in to still do this situation, to still do the
Yeah.
thing that I want to do. They don't look at it as,
Yeah.
well, I can't do that. They go, how can I do that? So
Right,
it's
which
like
is
it's like the opposite of
wanna
what
be-
humans should be doing, but we're doing. We're like, oh, this is I don't like raisins. I don't like raisins. I've never liked raisins. That's just who I am. I'm a raisin hater.
which is bullshit because I used to hate mustard, and then one day I just loved it. I don't know what happened. I just like one day I loved mustard.
It's crazy, you know. Your hormones change like every fucking 7 to 10 years, you know.
Yeah,
And believe it or
yeah.
not, in that same time frame, your perspective is also going to change.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's what, like, man, when, especially at work, you know, either job, and someone's like, oh, this can't be done. That's like, or that goes into anything that you have to do, not even work. That's like,
Yeah.
how are you going to get it done if you think that it can't be done before you even started it?
Exactly.
How is that going to happen?
Exactly.
So you got to figure out a way.
And it's never about
That drives me
being-
insane. That drives me insane.
And it's never about being unrealistic either.
No.
You don't need to think you
No.
can fly, but you need to be able to go. Although I don't have wings, I can probably do something like that in a different way.
Yeah. Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
I need to wire an outlet here, and there's not a connecting beam, so I can't take the junction box and screw it against the 2x4. Wait a second, it's not impossible. I can bridge a 2x4 across, and then I can connect the junction box to the top of the 2x4.
Bada bing, bada bing. Yeah, there's always a way.
There's always a way, man.
Yeah. Fucking people. Too easily defeated. And it'll be like, you gotta be creative with everything you do.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Now, talk about
'Cause what-
creative solutions to real world problems. So, you know about lab grown meat. You know how they're taking
Yeah.
like muscles of like a cow and they're growing it to make like a steak in a lab, okay?
Yeah.
In a world where human meat grows significantly faster than any other form of meat on the planet, would you be down for a self-harvesting at-home meat-growing kit? Now, for only $99.95, not including shipping and processing, you will receive one of the Jameson's patent meat at-home harvesting kits. You will
Meat at
receive
home.
one meat incubator. You will receive a year's supply of incubating fluid. And
Oh, that's so gross.
with it,
That's so
you
gross.
get one pack of liquid bandages. You get one pack of quick blood clotting powder and a scalpel.
Ooh. So how much meat? I don't think I could dig into myself like that. That shit freaks me out. And I've
Okay.
cut fingernails clean off before. And I don't want to relive any of those moments.
So, all you would need is a single one
by
inch
one piece of
by
meat.
1 inch square that can be harvested from either the lower tricep of your arm, the top of your thigh, or the bottom of your buttocks. Would you be willing to cut out a square of your skin and grow it to have a green, fast growing, and humane meat?
I don't know.
And now, since it's not from other
Wow.
humans, you have a lower chance of getting a human-based mad cow disease, which essentially happens from eating people of your same kind. And
Yep.
it isn't good. But
Okay, yeah.
if you're only
I
eating
mean, yeah.
yourself, then that's where the genetic diversity is closing in, and you're not replicating, but you're essentially just taking in. Would you be interested?
I think it would depend on how I tasted. And I think that's like so would that just for, because what kind of meat is human? Is it poultry? Is it beef?
From
like,
my
what would
understanding,
the-
it's similar to pork. It's a darker white meat, but I have not tried it personally. I've eaten a
Me
couple
neither.
scabs.
yeah.
I've chewed off a bunch of shit in my mouth. You know how that goes.
Yeah, wheat thins, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You bite one fucking vertical. Oof. It's interesting, man. What makes me think about it is that
I don't
like
think
for years people have been
Yeah,
using human yeast
yeah.
and they make bread. And that alone, that seems infinitely less productive.
It seems disgusting.
Because
Yeah,
you can just get yeast from the
Yeast.
wild. That's not like, it's not an endangered species.
Yeah.
It's not
Right.
a big environmental hazard.
Right, you're like, why would we be doing this? You're not
I was
hurting
cleaning out between
anything.
my toes, and I
Right.
caught the smell, and I was like, you know what that smells like?
Hey, bread in the morning.
Slap some butter on it.
That's so disgusting. I don't know if I could make that leap. Because it just seems like so much work that I would probably rather just be vegan.
Like once it's going though, dude, takes about 6 to 8 weeks to get your first steak. Once you get that steak,
Yeah.
you can take 4 steaks off of that steak, and then you have 4 brewing. Once you have those 4, you take it off of those 4, you have 4 more, and you just
My
keep
head
brewing
touches
them.
that.
You get one. You start with
Okay.
one source.
1 second. Having difficulties here.
A little technical foul. That's a technical foul. That's a technical foul. Yeah, it's a technical foul. I'm hearing myself on your microphone. Just a little bit
know.
of technical foul. What was that from
That's a
Family Guy?
technical foul.
I forget. Some of that shit. Goofy. Technical foul. I forget what
I
that's
got a
from.
phone call. Who gets phone calls? Who calls people out of the blue? What are you, a psycho?
Yes, I'm just calling from Carnival Cruise. You have 1 free week. What is your mother's maiden name? The street you grew up on? And the last 4 of your social?
All right, 1 sec. Oh, that was Here we go. I think we're getting there.
Okay. Oh, snap. Okay, man.
All right, here we go. We're good. I'm good.
We in.
All right, what's up?
We in.
All right, we in. How long have we been on for?
We're clocking in at 107. We're looking gravy.
Cool. It's a good sesh.
Yeah, for sure. The only other thing I wanted to really talk about was
Hit it.
like fucking
Letter
earthquakes,
openers.
dude.
Look at these, dude.
Woo!
Fucking whoo, bump. Ooh,
Yeah,
earthquakes. I have only experienced 1 earthquake in my life.
True. Same. It's probably the same one. Maybe.
I was in college. So 2012, 2013
Yep.
in New Hampshire.
Yep.
In New
Yep.
Hampshire. Yeah. I was in a Chinese food restaurant waiting for food. And for takeout, I was sitting in the waiting area.
Yeah.
And this is like a really it was like really done up. Like they fucking, like gongs, the fucking jargons in the koi fish pond. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting there and the walls start fucking shaking. And I was like, what the fuck's going on back there?
You're really chopping the meat, bro.
Oh shit.
Tenderizing the whole fucking duck.
Godzilla, dude. Godzilla's coming.
Right. Jesus.
But that's crazy. Yeah, that's a crazy experience. I don't know. To feel the floor shaking like that.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can think is like, I'm fucked.
Dude, I remember when that shit. I was at home playing video games. I was playing Counter-Strike in Methuen.
Ooh.
And I had my headphones on. Dude, I had my headphones on. And I
Tanks
was,
rolling down the street.
exactly, dude. I was super high. I was just like spacing in. I was playing. We were
Yeah.
playing competitive. So, you only got 1 life per
Spacing
round.
in.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally thought I was having brain tremors. I was like, all my concussions are hitting me at once.
This is my brain on drugs.
Yeah. Yeah, literally everything in the house is shaking, you know what I mean? And I was like, I took the headphones off, and then everything is still shaking.
Hopefully it would
and I'm
stop.
like, this is a goddamn earthquake.
Hopefully it would have stopped.
Yeah, I literally...
This isn't real.
I didn't think it was real. I literally thought my eyeballs were like twitching.
Yeah, it like from never experiencing that before. Like you only see it in movies,
Yeah.
and then when that starts happening, it's just, what is going on? Like that's terrifying. It's terrifying.
Dude, Lacey's...
And you don't know what to do.
Yeah. Dude, Lacey's been having problems with her gallbladder, so she's been in and out getting scans and shit, doing all that. Dude,
Yeah.
there's this hospital downtown that when you pull in, it feels like a fucking earthquake. Have you ever been in a building that feels like an earthquake?
Like you can feel the floor like moving. Yeah. Yeah, but not consistently though. Like I felt that before.
Dude,
But it stopped.
it's crazy.
You know, it was just like it was from something. It was from something, but not
This-
from the building just vibrating.
So the way they're doing the hospitals is that you can't wait inside the hospital. So I'll just drive her and I'll wait in the car. But the
Yeah.
hospital itself doesn't shake. The fucking parking garage is underneath the hospital. And oh my gosh, every 10 minutes, your whole fucking car shakes. Dude, it's
Oof.
like there's an earthquake every 10 minutes. It's the weirdest thing. And I'll literally I'll have to get out the car. I'll have to put the windows down. I feel like I'm getting fucking car sick sitting in a parked vehicle.
Ooh.
But a parked vehicle, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the bubbly water. Is it the bubbly
Yeah,
water?
it's so weird. Simulated fucking earthquakes.
Oh, that's that's fucking terrifying too because
It
you're
is.
underground and I'm like kind of claustrophobic. So
Knowing there's 4 floors above you and you're shaking, it's weird.
yeah, something's going on up there. I don't like it. They're doing those tests up there. That's
Right. Every 10 minutes, you're like mini 9/11.
Yeah.
Is this it? Is this it?
Yeah. I really don't want to be on any type of video where there's rubble.
Yes. He's crawling out of a pile.
Yeah, my
You have
God.
a firefighter reaching his hand down to help you. I don't want to be part of any of that.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, that's fucking terrifying, dude.
You know that
I
makes me
parked
think
on the
about,
street,
dude?
but like, you gotta walk from here. What's that?
That makes me think of in The Office when Pam tries to prank Dwight.
Which one? Which prank?
Dude, when Pam tries to prank Dwight. Okay, Kevin, are you sure you can switch all the buttons on the elevator? Yeah, of course. Kevin
He
just
gets
pulls.
stuck.
He takes a screwdriver and pulls off the board, is just switching around everything. She's like, "Yeah, Dwight, come on, let's go in the elevator. I want to see something." And it gets stuck halfway between the floors. Dwight starts instantly peeing in the corner. It's like, Dwight, why are you peeing?
No,
He's like, we're trapped. We've been in here for 30 seconds.
I think I said it to last week to someone. We got in the elevator. We were bringing all the equipment down, so it was some weight. But we got on the elevator, it kind of just from the weight, did that shift,
Settling.
and the doors closed, and I'm like, how long would you wait to pee in the corner of the elevator if we got stuck? I was like, I would just go immediately. Immediately, I would just go. Well, this is gonna suck, so I'm just gonna take a leak right now. How long would you make it? Would you wait or would you just go?
I'm a waiter. I'd wait.
Yeah.
I'd be the one dancing around like a spooky skeleton, Fucking gotta piss, I really gotta fucking piss.
You gotta pee. Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you had a bottle?
If I had a bottle, I'd probably put it in my pants.
Well, yeah, of course. Do it the most classy way as possible. As classy as possible.
It's gotta really pee on
Give me a
Okay. Topping it up.
What if the bottle wasn't large enough to contain everything? What would you do?
I'd have some wet sneakers at that point, man. I've been in that situation once. Okay, so one time, my washer and dryer was broken. Okay, and I was living in Methuen. So I was at, right downtown where like the library is, downtown Haverhill. It's at Bradford.
Yeah, I think so.
You're like right where the Bradford Bridge is, that main strip that goes.
Yeah.
That's
I know what you're talking
125.
about, yeah.
That's 125. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all downhill. Go over the
Yep.
bridge. Blah, blah, blah.
Right before it goes downhill, there's like that Chinese food place right there, and there's that laundromat.
Yep.
Rent-A-Center, I think, used to be there. So
Yeah.
I was at that laundromat, and it was raining like hell, and they didn't have a public bathroom, and I had to piss so fucking bad, and I had the van. So I go in the car, and I piss in an Arizona can. Dude, I had to piss
What?
so bad. So I'm holding the can, I'm just pointing it down into the hole, because there's no way I'm even getting my dickhead close to that
There's no
shit.
way. No. I don't need to go to the hospital for this.
I never pissed more in my life. I filled the fucking Arizona can. I couldn't believe
That's
it.
insanity.
I couldn't fucking
That's
believe
insane.
it. I had to literally pinch it off. And I was like, I was pinching it, and I grabbed a bottle, and I got the rest of it out in that. I couldn't fucking believe it. I had a whole can of Arizona full of piss. Fucking out of control, dude. Just downtown
Straight out of
Haverhill.
Dumb and
The only saving
Straight out of
grace
Dumb and
is...
Dumber.
Yeah.
Harry, hurry! Just pinch it off. I can't. It stings.
Oh, legit. I was like, ow, ow, ow.
Yeah. Oh, man.
No good,
Never
dude.
stop the relief.
I never pissed so much in my life. I couldn't believe it.
That's
know?
awesome.
Whole Arizona can. I don't think I've ever pissed that much in my entire life, That was just
I don't either.
yeah, it was crazy.
That's what I feel like right now. Down in this 36 ounce
All right.
after a nice cup of coffee.
Topping the tank.
Whew.
Jeez. Okay.
All right. You good?
Yup.
All right. I'm going to stop the recording.
Oh, yeah. Let's kill it. Let's do it, man.
Peace.
Out.
Peace, baby.
Out,
Yeah.
baby.